Good morning, everybody. My name is Larry Jacobs. This is Pre-K-12 Education Talk Radio on the 14th of September, 2023. And I have Dr. Sarah Thomas with us today, the founder of EDUMATCH. You can learn more about edumatch.org, but you're going to learn more if you just stay tuned here. And also, MANDY FROELICH is here, and MANDY is the CEO over at EDUMATCH. And we're going to talk about the service they have put together, EDUMATCH. You'll find out all about it. It's about learning, about educators learning and growing together and giving educators a voice, not only in saying what they want to, but in learning, etc., professional development. They're going to explain it a lot better than I can, but it's really an interesting, terrific product. It's all about people. It's all about sharing. It's all about equity, and that's what we love talking about over here, because we are the voice of the American Consortium for Equity in Education, and everything we do is free for you, and it's over at ace-ed.org. So go over and check it out. Again, that's ace-ed.org. We have our magazine, Equity and Access, over there. We have all the podcasts like this one archived over there, as well as some great information. And today is the last day companies can apply for our nominations for the Excellence in Equity Awards. It's open for educators, etc. But for companies, today's the day we end the nominations for industry competition. So again, today is the 14th of September. So whatever. Anyway, I'm Larry Jacobs. I'm looking forward to a great conversation today. I hope everybody goes over, checks out all the good stuff we're doing over at ace-ed.org. And without further ado, let me say good morning to Dr. Thomas. Sarah, how are you?
Hi, Larry. I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm just fine, as a matter of fact. It's nice to have you here again. It's a pleasure to be talking to you. And Mandy, are you there?
I'm here.
Good enough, Mandy. That's excellent. Okay, one of you is in one of you is in Virginia. Where's the other one? I don't know where are you both in Virginia? Where are you guys?
No. Dr. Sarah is in Virginia, and I'm actually in Wisconsin. So
Wisconsin. So where are you?
Yep. That's right. The Appleton area, so a little bit south of Green Bay.
I know just where it is, okay, and I won't even mention Aaron Rodgers on this podcast.
I was going to say we're about, I don't know, maybe 200 pounds lighter in Green Bay, and nobody's complaining about it. So
they're going to be mad for a long time in Green Bay and Wisconsin, Eastern Wisconsin folks. I got to tell you. Okay, that's funny. Okay, now it's not funny what happened to him, but it's funny the reactions. Okay, what can I tell you?
Yeah.
And Sarah's playing. And Sarah, we won't even go into your football talents there. And Sarah, congratulations. Yeah. The company, EDUMATCH, okay, has been around. If I'm not, I actually read your resume, Sarah, okay, and your curriculum vitae, which is up on site. You know that, okay. And I just have to tell everybody this: Sarah's got a doctorate from George Mason, okay, and a master's from Howard, and I read your dissertation, okay. I didn't read it. I read the title. That was enough. The student created. Student created. It's not funny, but it's great. Student created videos as a language acquisition strategy for a Haitian learner. Were you teaching a lot of Haitian kids at one time?
No, but when I started in the doc program, then I was just like, I have to do something for Haitian kids because both of my parents are from Haiti. They came here in the mid-'60s. Yeah, so I was just like, it's got to be for the Haitian kids.
Yeah, and that's pretty cool. And again, at Creole, most of the kids speak Creole, right? If you're Haitian, am I correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
And Creole, and help me out here, I don't believe it's a written language, is it?
I mean, there is, let me see, there is definitely like some linguistic structure, and it has been adopted more and more in its written form. My mom actually wrote a book published through EDUMATCH that is an English-French Creole dictionary, and it has some written Creole in there. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. It was edited by my dad.
Yeah, it's really interesting, and then to me, because so many kids are Haitian, that come here to this country. Not so many kids, but a lot of Haitian kids come to this country, And picking up a new language is hard for anybody, but one that doesn't have a strong writing structure must be very difficult. So I really like the way you did this. My wife taught ESL for years. That's why I thought it was cool about it. And I got to give you your master's thesis, too, because it's completely different. You ready for this, Sarah? Do you remember? The effects of classical music. I love this. The effects of classical music on the behavior of first grade students. Are you a musician?
Yeah, in my spare time, that's something I really need to bring back to my life. But music has been such a foundation, all throughout my life.
Cool. It's great.
What about you?
Terrific.
Are you a musician?
No, I am not, but my son is a professional drummer. Okay, he went to Berklee College of Music. There you go.
Oh, very cool.
Is that cool or what?
Awesome,
yeah. He's pretty damn good drummer. So I like music, but he's not a classical. Okay, he's a drummer, so he's not timpani. He's reggae and jazz are his expertise.
Oh,
reggae and jazz. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's cool. Very well respected. He's well known up here in New England. Okay, and it's cool stuff. I usually don't talk about that, so thanks for asking the question. Okay, Mandy, just since we're doing it, what's your background, Mandy? You're the CEO of EDUMATCH.
Yeah, COO. Yeah, I'm sorry, COO.
Excuse me.
Yeah, that's okay. Don't want to take it away from Sarah. I was an elementary teacher, so my bachelor's degree is in elementary ed, obviously, and then I have 2 master's degrees, one in ed leadership and the other one in technology. And I've been working on my doctorate, but it's going slow and painful. So, don't
do you have your doctorate yet? Do you have your doctorate yet?
I don't know, not that. I'm still working on it. It's in educational sustainability and DEI.
Well, that's very nice. And had you gone to the University of Larry, you would have had your doctorate already. It's 140 character thesis. Okay? So, congratulations, Dr. FROELICH. Okay? How's that sound?
I can't wait. Thank you.
Dr. FROELICH, Dr. Thomas. Okay, Dr. Howard, Dr. Fine, Dr. Howard, and whatever. Okay, we'll move on here. I want to ask you guys something. And EDUMATCH, again, everybody can look at it. It's a collaborative collection of educators which anybody can join. And actually, I'm going to ask you, Sarah, you define it. How do you want the world to perceive, EDUMATCH?
Yeah. So somebody once said this, and I'm going to steal this. I've been stealing this ever since I heard it. But somebody said a one-stop shop for educators, and I absolutely love that. Pretty much, we started very grassroots back in 2014, and since then we've scaled and expanded. Due in large part to the suggestions of our members. Whenever they suggested something, if it aligned with us, then we would definitely give it a shot and see how it went. And if it worked, we kept it. And, so we really pride ourselves in scaling and adapting based on the needs of our community. And I also have to give credit where credit is due. Mandy, when she joined us, when she joined the team, she has brought so many great ideas that have really worked to scale the company and just reach so many more people. So thank you, Mandy. I want to publicly thank you for your impact in this process.
You.
And yeah. So yeah.
See how doors open up once you get your doctorate, Mandy? Dr. FROELICH?
Yeah.
That was way before.
There you go.
She never said thank you before, but now she has. No.
That is the power of the University of Larry. That's all there is to it. What can I tell you? Okay.
Oh, my goodness.
Thank you for doing that, Sarah. Okay, it's nice to encourage you.
Thank you.
And that well-deserved public acclaim. I got to tell you, that shit. Okay. This is going to be an odd question, but I want you to really get down into the weeds here. What are the goals of EDUMATCH? Okay, why should people join in? Okay, down in the weeds. You can pass some of that to Mandy if you want, but that's what I'm trying to do, because I know you guys do professional learning. I know you guys do professional book publishing. I know you have a big collaboration. I think you've got a podcast. Okay, you've got a lot of stuff going. But what's the goal? Why should somebody come on and work with you? And do you want teachers? Do you want school districts? What do you want? I'm trying to get a great picture. Go ahead.
No, I love it.
It's an informal question, but I really want to, figure it out for everybody.
Yeah,
sure.
For sure. I hear you on that. So pretty much the goal of EDUMATCH is that we all have something that we do extraordinarily well. And connecting and sharing what we do with others helps us all to level up. So we want to definitely empower that expert within. We want to foster deep connections. So it's great to connect and say, hey, I've done this really cool thing in my classroom. But I can say, speaking from my own experience, being connected to so many people globally, that on paper, some of us may look like total opposites. But when you get us together and we start finding that common ground and working together and, fighting for our students, then to me, that's the best thing, So we absolutely want to do that. We want to hear from everyone. So historically, lots of voices have been silenced, and we want to bring those to the forefront.
Yes.
We want everyone to be sharing their story. We want everyone to learn from one another. We want to bring this network to schools and to school districts to help solve challenges because, folks, a lot of challenges that we see. I work in the district by day, and a lot of times challenges that I've faced, then all I had to do was reach out to my network, and there's someone there that has solved that challenge, conquered that challenge, and we want to bring that magic to schools and school districts to help them solve their issues as well in a professional learning setting, and just empower educators, meet the needs of educators, like the whole educator. Oftentimes we talk about the whole child, but we want to support the whole educator. So there's a lot of things we want to do. Thank you. Yeah, there's a lot of things we want to do with EDUMATCH. I'll pass it over to Mandy because I know I've been going on and on. So
no, you haven't. That was a good explanation, and I have to say that whole teacher, to me, is a very important concept. We've been talking about the whole student, the whole child for years now. Okay, I can't tell you how many people have talked about that for years. That's great. That's what we should do. Okay, because it's holistic, it's SEL, it's academics, the whole bit. But especially in an age when we're losing teachers like you can't believe, and so few are getting involved in the profession. Okay, that whole educator aspect really does matter. Okay, it really does matter. Mandy, I hope I didn't steal your thunder by saying all that.
No, not at all. You actually are talking my language. So one of the things that, like a company, an organization always has common goals, right? And I think that there's always somebody who works in leadership who really connects to one of those goals, and really that's why they do kind of what they do for the company. And one of the things that I was drawn to by EDUMATCH is that the work that they do, lots of education organizations want to make a difference in schools, right? But with EDUMATCH, it really is like the human factor of that. And it's the, yes, we believe in academic success, but we maybe believe in supporting some of those human aspects in order to create that academic success. And started with Sarah a while back. My focus for a long time had been educator mental health, even back in, I've been working on that for about 9 years. So, back in, I think, Sarah, it was 2017 or so. And I believed that same thing, like we need to support the human aspect of what's happening in order to be able to give, teachers the best shot at being happy people and students the best shot at being happy, successful people. So that's really why, that's the goal that I'm drawn to with EDUMATCH and sort of the brand that Sarah had created that is legitimate branding. Like she's so, I don't know if anybody can totally see from the outside how actually amazing and caring she is, and how, just magical she is with how she wants to support other people. And so that's really what I think the most important goal to me is of EDUMATCH.
That's very nice. That's very great for you to say that as well, too. So then my question, okay, are you guys, is EDUMATCH looking to involve individual teachers, or are you looking to involve I don't know why I'm tweaking like that. I don't know if you can hear that tweak. Okay. I don't know. Can you hear that tweak? Is it getting an echo to you guys?
I don't.
Oh, good.
Anything.
Okay, then it's in my headset. Okay, good. That's excellent.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm hearing it, but you're not. That's terrific. Okay. So then what I want to ask is, EDUMATCH, are you looking to involve schools and school districts in EDUMATCH? Or are you looking to involve individual teachers? What's the goal in that regard? And Sarah, I'll throw that one to you.
Yeah, it's actually both. So
okay.
we want to, we have been connecting with individual educators for years, since 2014.
Yes. Yes.
Lately, we have
almost your 10th anniversary, by the way. Happy anniversary!
Almost, yeah. Thank you so much. I
10
really
years,
appreciate
man.
it. Yeah, so it's coming up fast.
Saying something, yeah.
Yeah.
You haven't aged a bit. You haven't aged a bit. I got to tell you.
Oh well, thank you.
You're welcome.
yeah, but recently we've started doing professional learning. We established that branch of our organization back in 2020. And we've been doing a lot of work with schools and districts. We have partnerships with different organizations, such as Google for Education. We're a recognized PD partner for them. We're also a partner with Tech and Brain Buffet and Full Spectrum Consulting Services. And we're partnering with different organizations who are helping us to connect with schools and with districts. But in addition to that, we also connect with schools and districts independently. If anyone is listening to this right now and they're looking for some professional learning with some EDUMATCH swag, for lack of a better term, then definitely feel free to reach out. We have professional learning facilitators. We have over 150 professional learning facilitators all around the United States, some in Canada, some in South America. So I think I actually looked, and now we have someone in every continent except for Antarctica. So we have folks located all around the world who can bring their experience, their expertise, and connect with the expertise within the organization. So the expertise that your educators possess, we can also empower that and amplify that as well. So, just feel free to reach out to us. And just about any education topic, yeah.
And I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry. Two things I want to know. One, when people go to EDUMATCH for professional learning, is there an overall concept that empowers EDUMATCH professional learning? In other words, what is it that you're trying to get to the folks, or is it just whatever they need? Okay, or is there an EDUMATCH? Is there another EDUMATCH cause? And B, you said the other thing, which was you try to help voices that have been silent. Okay, and I'm curious about that. I thought that was very, very interesting.
Yeah, thank you.
I think I'll take the first one, Sarah, if you want to take the second one. I think that if people come to our website individually, one of the things that we're really trying hard to develop and grow is our library of professional learning courses. So it's things that teachers can sign up for on their own. And a lot of times those courses are things that, have been asked for repeatedly, or I don't want to say they're the newest and greatest thing as far as like being, just a new topic that's going to go away, but they're kind of like the newest pain points in some cases. So for example, AI. It's like, it's both the coolest thing and the biggest pain point right now. And so like we have, like we have a summit or a conference on AI that's coming out October 7th. And so that's, people can sign up for. So there are opportunities for people to learn individually as well as the district model too.
Good, excellent. And by the way, you're right about AI. Everybody's scared of it. I always remind people they were scared of calculators. They were scared of calculators when they came out. I was a teacher when calculators came out. Okay, and I love telling this story. Okay, a kid brought in, his father had paid $150 or something for a 4 function calculator.
Okay? Wow.
And wait, I'm not done yet. And we all gathered around it. Like it was the obelisk in the 2001 where the monkeys are moving to the next step in evolution. Okay? We couldn't believe this thing. Okay? And all the math teachers were scared to death that now kids are going to cheat. Okay? Well, it turns out, of course, nobody who doesn't have a calculator now. Calculators are the way we do mathematics, and scientists and everybody else uses them. Okay? It's a tool. And that's exactly what's going to happen with AI. Okay? It's a tool. It's out there. We're going to make sure kids using it. To be scared of it is ridiculous. Okay? It's just ridiculous to learn to use it. Just a bad approach and a bad mindset. We got to do it. And what's the other side of this? Sarah, you want to do the other side of that question?
Yeah, totally. So you were asking about the historically silenced voices.
Exactly. When you said, you want to help voices that have traditionally been silent to get a voice in the process of education. All right. So talk about that. I love that part of it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So within our community, then we have educators of all different creeds, like, all different socioeconomic, racial, ethnic, religious, gender, any demographic category, religious. We are inclusive within our EDUMATCH community. And I'm going to actually steal something that I heard a good friend of ours, Ken Shelton, say. We aim to be a brave space, not just a safe space, but a brave space. So that when he said that actually gave me goosebumps. I love that. But as I was saying before, there's some folks. If you look at them from on a piece of paper with all of their demographics listed out, then some folks may seem to be directly opposite from one another, yet we build something that we refer to as a professional learning family, not just a professional learning network, but it goes back to those deeper connections that we make. And once we make those deep connections and we're able to come together and advocate for our students, then that's definitely a magical thing, one of my favorite parts of EDUMATCH. And when we are, doing our public-facing outreaching things, then we definitely seek to elevate all kinds of educators within our network. A lot of times then in the past, and I've seen this shifting a lot from different organizations, I'm seeing that organizations now a lot of times are more mindful to be inclusive with who they prop up as a quote-unquote expert. When the truth is that we all have expertise within us, on various topics, depending on how you define expertise. I guess it's different to different people, but we all have something within us that we can share with everyone else. And a lot of times, historically, when you would go to conferences or when you would see books being published or when you would see, various experts in different roles, they would all kind of look alike, right? And that's something that we definitely seek to shatter. We really want education to be representative and inclusive and welcoming to all people in a brave space, and part of that includes amplifying the voices of those that we traditionally have not heard from.
I think it's incredibly important what you're doing. I really do. And I want you to also now talk about the publishing. You mentioned your mom published a book, and I know you guys do publish books, okay, through EDUMATCH. Talk about that side. I want to get our listeners interested in this and the equity aspect of it. Because in life, you have trouble getting through stuff these days. It's hard,
right.
Okay? But you guys are trying to cut through that morass and giving people a path to have their voice being heard, including the publishing. Talk about that. I like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So at this current time, we have published, I would say, I've lost count, but it's right around the neighborhood of 100 books that we've published. And they're on several topics that span the gamut of education. We have several that focus on equity, inclusivity, things of that nature. And these are all books written by current or former educators. That's who we work with within EDUMATCH. We work with current or former educators so that we understand the challenges of our colleagues, and we speak the language of our colleagues, and we're able to come in and share what we have done to address similar issues. So those are the authors behind the books. We also have some students who have written books as well.
That's nice.
But we have books. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, so we have books written for educators, by educators, by educators for students, and by students for students. So those are kind of our books that we have. And in addition, we do an anthology, a yearly anthology that we put out free to the community as a PDF that's called EduSnap, and it's a snapshot of education for that current year. So the 2022 one was the last one that dropped. That came out, I want to say, December 31st, 2022. We're currently working on the 2023 edition. And if any schools or districts are interested in buying books in bulk, they start at $10 copies, and you're able to get a significant discount off the list price if you're interested in book studies or anything of that nature.
And it's really cool what you're doing. You're really building a nice community. Okay, can you say how many people are in your community right now? Do you know that number?
Ooh, that's hard to quantify.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know it is. That's why I asked it that way. Let me ask it a different way, which is probably more important. Okay, let's assume there's thousands of people in EDUMATCH. Okay, who are they? Are they classroom teachers? Are they administrators? Just who's actually getting involved in all this, and who needs to get involved? Maybe that's another way to put it. And also, what grades are we talking about?
Yeah, Mandy, did you want to speak to this one?
Yeah, so I think that what's interesting about EDUMATCH is that it's been, it's been a movement for so long that I would say it probably started out predominantly with teachers, but some of those people, who are kind of our OGs have, moved into other roles like administration or, instructional coaches, and so we have a really good mix of positions, people who are in different positions because of the longevity of the organization.
That is really cool. And I also want to ask, do you guys, is there a conference, a convention of EDUMATCHers?
The one that is going to be taking place on artificial intelligence is our very first one. We've done a lot of panels, webinars, things of that nature, but our AI conference that's going to be held online, that's going to be our first official conference. And we have, hopefully, we'll be doing more in the future. But that one, I should also say, that one is free because we want it to be accessible to anyone who wants to attend. So that one is totally free. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. And there is an optional donation that if folks feel so inclined, and they are, we really appreciate it if they do. It goes to our 501c3, which is EDUMATCH Foundation, Inc., who is actually sponsoring the event. And another plug to EDUMATCH Foundation, Inc. If you go on our website and you click on the foundation tab, currently mini grants are open. Yes. So currently mini grants are open for educators who want to do grassroots projects, and they can be awarded up to $1,500 in resources so that they can carry out their project. So that is available until November 1st is, I believe, when the applications close.
Then we've got time because it's September 14th today. And also, I just want to tell people, if you go to edumatch.org, right at the very top, you'll see a green box that says Navigating AI and EDUMATCH Exploration. Click here, click through, and that'll give you the way to get involved in it, because this is really something. I think what's going to be interesting about it, and I'll please accept this in the way I mean it, yours is not the experts coming in from the AI side. I believe yours, tell me if I'm wrong, it's going to be the teachers, okay? And the teachers are going to discuss, the teachers are going to discuss their ideas for it, their fears of it, et cetera, et cetera. And as I'll say again, don't be scared, okay? And if you really don't understand it in about 6 weeks, just ask the kids. They'll explain it to you. It's that simple. They will.
Yep.
Okay, and you know, this is gonna be a cool change in education. And I always like to say, and I'm sure you guys agree with me, you know, education for all the ed tech and everything else, it really hasn't changed much over the last 100 and so years, and we really need something to look into it. When I talk about AI, I always say AI isn't about the answers. Anybody can get the answers. It's about the questions. It's about the questions.
Oh my gosh,
okay?
That's so funny. I just said that to somebody not a couple weeks ago. As I said, I think
there you go.
I almost said the exact same thing. I said I think what makes AI super interesting is that it changes the narrative from what answer are you getting to what question are you asking.
Exactly.
And you have to ask the right question to get the right answer. You know, like even, you know, easy example, ChatGPT, like you have to be able to ask the right question to get an answer that's even remotely going to be what you want. And so it's so funny that you said that, because I almost said the exact same thing just a couple weeks ago.
That is starting to settle in. And by the way, I have to say, it's no wonder you said that, because you're a graduate of the University of Larry, Doctor.
Right. I learned it from I learned it in school from you.
That's what we teach here at the university. Okay, so it doesn't surprise you that sunk into you. Okay, well, I'm telling you, just apply for the doctorate. You'll have it this afternoon. It's not a problem. Okay, it's not a problem at all. Okay. By the way, Sarah has a real one. Okay.
Yeah,
you're gonna have. Where are you going for yours, Mandy? Where are you going? Seriously. Mandy?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, what college or university are you getting a doctorate from?
Oh, I'm sorry, I was laughing. I think I'm I'm going to the University of Wisconsin Stevens Point, and so it's one of like the University of Wisconsin schools. They're the only one with an educational sustainability and DEI degree, so in the whole U.S. So that was the one that I had wanted to go with.
And I want to ask you the most important question about Stevens Point, Wisconsin. Are they still brewing Point Special beer?
I don't know. That's a really good question.
That's the most important. So, now that's something you got to ask AI. Okay, the Stevens Point still brewing Point Special. What are the great regional beers before regional beers, 1,000 years before regional beers became popular? I'm telling you, Point Special from Stevens Point was just about the best. Okay, I got to tell you.
I feel like if there was any industry that was going to survive the pandemic, it was the beer industry, especially in Wisconsin. So I think it's probably good.
Probably good. All right, this is great. What you guys are doing is all kidding aside, having a good time and all that, EduMatch is real important. Okay, because as you said, it's given everybody a voice in the game. Okay, and that's what we need these days, because believe me, things have to change out there. There's a lot of pressure on education, and it's only from people in the trenches that we're going to get that's going to make a difference. Okay, and I just think what you're doing is absolutely fabulous. It's an equity thing. All right, it's a learning thing. I think it's just super. So it's edumatch.org, everybody, and they got the AI thing coming up very soon. You can click on that right at the top of the website. Thank you, Sarah. This was great.
Thank you, Larry. It was so great to chat with you again. I really appreciate you having us.
Well, I loved having you here, and you're welcome here anytime. And Mandy, good luck with everything, and good congratulations on the brand new doctorate. Tell your friends.
Yeah, thank you so much, Larry. It's a pleasure being
here. And thank you for being a cheerleader during your time at the University of Larry. Thank you.
That was fantastic. Thank you.
That was a joke too. All right, so we'll just leave it right there. Thanks, ladies. You have a great day.
All right. Thanks so much. You too, Larry.
Thank you. You as well.
Thank you both. Bye-bye.
All right. Thanks. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
You know, EduMatch is really serious. You're really talking to great people. It's just fun to kibitz with them and have some fun. They are great. It's edumatch.org, and we're going to archive over at ace-ed.org. Check it all out. Good stuff. I'm Larry Jacobs. Thanks for listening.